Yo. Alright, everybody. Here's how this is gonna work here. Okay. We're gonna chill right now. Load up some Hangman here. Let's get this going. See what we can do here. Some late night Hangman, because why not? Alright. Alright. Let me know if everybody can hear me good as well. Alright. Let's let the chat fill in here. I didn't change the thumbnail for this. Alright guys, let's let the chat fill up. I gotta edit the thumbnail anyway. Let's do alright, let's make this the thumbnail right here. Let's do alright. Alright. Let's do this for our thumbnail. We'll see how we do it. Alright. You guys are gonna watch me edit the stream right here. Watch me edit the stream live. Alright. Let's see here. Change. Alright. Alright. We gotta edit the stream up here. Let's see if I can just drag this over. There we go. That works. Alright. Alright guys. Yo Jackie, what up? We're gonna do some Hangman here. I want more people to pop in the chat, but we can start if you want. Let's, trying to figure out what I should do. Alright. Of course, the topic. We'll give we should start with a little bit of a topic here, right? You know what? Let's start with stock market. Okay. This is the topic here. Now this can be along the lines of anything, okay? This can be along the lines of technical analysis, news, really anything in that manner. So I'm gonna think of something right now, and let's get this thing going. All right. You got I believe it's like head, body, legs. So that's 3, and then you got 4, and then I don't know. You can add depending on how we do it, but I know you got 4 strikes here. So let's see. We can draw this out. Let's separate this. Alright. Let's get it going here. We gotta make this. I don't know if this is gonna work, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it. Alright. For the people hopping in here. Alright. We can load up a few different things, alright? We can talk about some stocks as well. We could do some Hangman until the chat. We'll do some Hangman when a few more people hop in the chat here, right? We need an active live chat. When you guys get active in the chat, we'll start Hangman, all right? But for now, we can talk a little bit about some stocks. So, whatever you guys want to talk about, whatever you guys want to bring up, right? Let's remove all this. Okay. Today we saw the SPY rebound itself. We want this to continue going. Guys, everybody hopping in. Let's get active in the chat. We're just chilling, hanging out. I know it's late. Didn't expect a lot of people hop in. I didn't even expect to go live. I just really hopped on just because. Why not? Overall, guys, just real quick, let the chat fill up. But with AMC, ultimately, everybody's waiting on this reversal play, right? Everybody's waiting for this. You're not going to see that, in my opinion, unless you see the SPY carry on, right? Because think about it. When the SPY was up here, okay, what did you see with AMC? exactly when the SPY was up there, this is what you saw with AMC. We were up here. Okay, and then, I mean, you could really bring this over to anything, right? Let's take a look at Mullen. Let's see if Mullen, it was up at one of these peaks, okay, when the SPY was up there. Mullen was up at one of these peaks. Either way, whatever stock you want to correlate it to, right, coordinate it to, when the SPY creeps up is when shorts are in trouble, and then you see the small, medium caps start playing out as well. Now, right now, it looks good. It looks sweet. But what I want to watch out for is the SPY to actually end up coming up, right? Coming up, and then getting rejected here again. This is what we don't want to see, because you're going to see another double top scenario like you saw here. Let's see. Kind of like you saw here. And what happened after that? You come down, and you would come down. Okay, that's not what we want. It's absolutely not what we want. Plus, then we would have to watch the SPY hold all the way down here with market spooks, right? So overall, that's what we're watching. You want the SPY to come up and actually, break this level, right? Break this resistance. That would be best case scenario for AMC. When the SPY is pushing new highs, I do think you're finally going to get that reversal for AMC. So that's what we got for the SPY, AMC. We can take a look at GameStop, because why not, right? Take a look at GameStop for a little. We talked about this in earlier's video. I think GameStop did a great job at holding this level that we wanted to see. Now, bottom wick, we're not focusing on the wick. We're focusing on where it's actually holding. Okay, this is exactly the level we wanted it to hold at, 150. So I do think everything is coming into play for that nice little reversal. Now, however it looks, whether it's a slow reversal, right, or even if it's just a straight up one like we saw back in January, I do think you're at that spot. I guess we could talk about, right, what happens if that doesn't happen, right? What happens if that doesn't come to fruition, okay? Because everyone's talking about this. This is what's going on. Everybody's saying, this reversal, this big reversal's coming, right? It's all over YouTube. It's all over Twitter. I myself, right? Well, we got to think about what happens if this doesn't happen, right? Let's just say this reversal actually doesn't happen. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we would see here. Worst case scenario, this reversal doesn't happen. You're coming back down to 15 bucks. And that's honest. That's being completely honest, right? Because if we don't hold this level, there's nothing really stopping you. This chop that you see right here, this chop is going to bring you coming down to 15 at some point, right? Whether you bounce off there, whether you don't. This is going to be the scenario that you see. Brent from Memphis. Wait for what? I want to hear. Wait for what? We're gonna plan on doing some Hangman, depending on how lively the chat gets. Let's say AMC does creep up with the SPY, but actually doesn't get that push. The next level I would pay attention to personally, besides 2250, is of course 24, and that's where you see it touch here, right? Come here, act as resistance, and then didn't really hold right here, and we kind of just smashed through. So ultimately, we may just smash through again, or we may just bounce off. But that's ultimately what you could see happen with AMC. Waiting a year, held longer. Yeah, listen, most of us are in this for a year. Congrats if you've been holding that long. If you're in it for a year, that means you saw your account. You saw your account 5x right here in the matter of, 7 days, 10 days. You saw your account 5x and you held through it. And what happened after that? You held from 500% gain down to all the way down in a matter of $12. You got some serious balls to be able to hold that, right? Listen, I was saying from back here, right? I was saying from back here, I'm in this till 0 or moon, and this wasn't the moon for me. I personally, I don't think AMC will never pass. if I thought AMC would never pass 72, I'd probably be out of this, day trading, playing calls, playing puts, whatever. I don't think that's the peak for AMC at all. And a lot of people were saying clickbait on the video earlier. It was a little clickbaity, but I was basing this clear as day. I stated if history repeats itself. If history repeats itself, right? Because right here you had a about a 63% gain, and then on this move you had about 160% gain. So we went conservative and said, okay, well, if this is double, right? If this is double and this move was 500%, then you're looking for a 1,000% move, and ultimately, 1,000% move would bring you right up to about 200. So that's the only reason I put that there. Yeah, it's interesting, but again, that's just if history repeats itself. So let's see. Let's take a look at GameStop. What happens if GameStop doesn't follow through? Also, GameStop's cost to borrow is looking nicer than AMC. It's creeping up. There's no shares available to borrow according to Snocko Tracker, right? Utilization on AMC, GameStop. I think the data is all skewed. But let's just delete all this. Let's just say you don't see that move on GameStop, right? What's worst case scenario? Because everyone's talking about this, cycling through as to what's going to happen. I'd say you're looking at about this level right here at 135. Okay, and what happens here? Right now, I like where we're holding because we're not even coming down close to that level. AMC, on the other hand, is just hugging this at the same spot. I mean, GameStop's just about there, but what you're looking for GameStop is probably gonna move down to at least 98, I'd say. If this doesn't hold 150, you're looking at way down to 135, and then so on and so forth. You're probably coming down to about 98. Now, this is just worst case scenario. This is just prepping you for worst case scenario. There's not really much holding you back between those levels, right? Just this little bit of chop. And even if you zoom out, not really much. Not much holding you back there. So that's worst case scenario for GameStop. I just deleted all the drawings. Sorry I did that, but we had a cycle, right? We had the cycles lined up for GameStop. Don't believe I remember how I actually did this. It took a while to do. We have a video up on it. But let's see here. Let's see how we did it. How did we skew this going over? All right. We had these cycles lined up for GameStop, and looking at those, looking at these cycles, let's take a look. And this is kind of just plain and simple, right? Of where it sells off, okay? Where you have the massive gain and where it sells off, okay? Check this out. These are cycle lines, and the way it lines up is actually pretty interesting, right? Because every time you come into it, let's see. Every time you come into this cycle, here's what you see. You see it peak out at some point, come down, and then it breaks, right? It breaks overall and gets a run up to the next cycle. Now, I don't know how well these are, right? You're seeing it live, right? But again, breakout comes to the next cycle. And the fact that these line up is just very interesting because at each cycle point, you're going to see a peak, whether on the day or a couple days around that zone, right? Smashes through right before the next cycle, come down again, and so on and so forth. You could just repeat this constantly. So if we're looking for that, right? If we're going to say, well, what would happen come the next cycle? I want to draw this out for you. Oh, that's not what I needed. Okay, I want to draw this out for you in the simplest of terms here. What would happen, right, if we get another cycle here and we don't see that rip? Because ultimately the rip was right here. That wasn't even part of the cycle. The cycle actually started, like in Trey's video, when the market makers gained control. Where did the market makers gain control? This is exactly where. That's this. This is where they gain control here. So you see the peaks, the valley, the peak, the valley, and everything is now on this sort of cycle. So, well, you would say, well, what would happen here, right? You saw this peak up. Okay, we're starting this next cycle. If this is the case, you're seeing it come down. It broke early, actually. So this is a good thing to see, right? Because where do you see the cycles break? Okay, they don't break early. They break late cycle right here. This is a break, and then you see late cycle, a break. Again, late cycle, a break. Okay, what happened here is you're getting a break early cycle. This is what I like to see, right? And then hopefully a bounce off of this area. This is where we want to see. You want to see a bounce right there. But ultimately, if this doesn't happen, if we get put through another cycle, right? You could come up to these levels. And this is not what I would like to see. Okay, you could come up to these levels, these pre-cycle levels that you see back here, right? You had it here a couple times. Okay, this is where just momentum kicks in, but overall, this is where market makers and algos are controlling it. So if you come up again and you see another one of these and they're controlling it again, that's worst case scenario, because ultimately what's going to happen here is chances are you're probably going to start another one of these cycles. Okay, another one of these cycles, so on and so forth, right? Break down, come down, break down, come down, break down. Okay, that's ultimately what we wouldn't want to see with GameStop. So that's a little bit of the cycles we're going over. And I mean, we could go over for AMC too. AMC was a little bit more interesting come for these cycles, actually. Let's take a look here. Okay, cycle lines. All right, let's take a look when the short sellers gain some control here. Now this, let's see, I'm out. People don't misrun like I did last time, my advice. All right, bro. See ya. Appreciate you hopping in. Again, this was just, I was just hopping on. I was like, let's see if we can get a Hangman going. If not, just talk, hang out, chill, whatever. No one has to be in here if you don't want to be in here. So right now we're just looking at AMC. We're chilling. I think the motive here is to be calm, cool, collected. I think that's a big thing to look forward to, or to be, right? To look to be. Depending on where you put these cycle lines and where you lay them out, you could see it move differently, okay? Because if I were to lay it out right here, you'd say, okay, this comes down, and then you get a break above, and then the second one lines up, right? Yeah, the second one lines up. You didn't necessarily get that break above that you're seeing. Overall, you would have said you broke out here, but the cycle lines for AMC are a little bit different than GameStop. So what we're going to have to do, now that I have everything deleted, is actually line these up, okay? So let's put it on the sell-offs. Let's time it with the first two sell-offs. And I think this is a better spot to put them, a little bit of a ways. But even then, these don't even line up too good as GameStops, right? You come down, and then you get the break, okay? And then again, you come down, you get the break, you see it again here, come down, but you didn't necessarily get the break, okay? This is why the cycle on you got the break now, okay? Obviously after two cycles, but this is why GameStop and AMC, when I posted that video that the cycle is broken, this is what I meant by that, right? The cycle is not corresponding to how market makers would like it to be. And we just went over GameStops, and that was the same thing. I did remove the drawings here, and we're not going to go over them, of course, because that did take a bit to do right there. But you guys get the point there. Okay. Ultimately, let me pull this up here. I believe I had a little bit drawn out for tonight's video that we can kind of just go over again. Guys, let me know if you can hear the music in the background as well. But let's take a look, right? AMC. Honestly, you can correlate this with we talked about correlating it with the SPY, but it is tracked by IWM, so we can look at this for further, right? You saw the same thing happen with the IWM, the dip and then the move up. AMC, the dip, it didn't really get that move up that we want to see. I think a lot of people are panicking because they're not taking that step away from their computer or whatever, for whatever reason, right? They're addicted. I get it. You're addicted to watch stock. You're waiting for it to rip. You know, it's so weird because the anticipation from last February when I got in, right? The anticipation from here to now stays almost the same, right? Yeah, sure. Sometimes it gets annoying, like waiting for AMC. Let's come on, AMC. Let's move. It's moon time, moon week. This week, that week, this month, that month, right? But overall, this is just the ball rolling, and I still do feel like I just feel it, right? You're just waiting in this to zero or whatever. We're waiting for that, and I think. The new things coming out every week, right? Like this new pattern that we're seeing. The new pattern that we're seeing here. You can't trade by feel, lol. Yeah, I know that. I'm not trading by feel. There's obviously, you know that. Come on, you know I don't trade by feel. Been researching on this stock for quite a bit. But, every week there's something new, right? This pattern we got, this pattern. This is what we're looking at for this week, next week, right? If this doesn't pan out, right? Everyone's going to be like, oh, there's a new catalyst, right? There's a new catalyst this week now. There's a new catalyst. Overall, the ball is just rolling and rolling and rolling. Are you also seeing a possible reversal for tomorrow or next week, says Arnold. For the reversal, right? I see. All right, we can take a look at this, okay? AMC has been on consecutive red day, 8 consecutive red days in a row. Okay, you can see this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 consecutive red days. The last time you saw this, right? You guys can go through and count these all you want because I've done it several times, right? The last time you saw this was right here. Okay, and I like to let history repeat itself. Okay, and if we're correlating, if we're waiting for a reversal, right? I would say this is where we're at, but I can't wrap my head around why it would start on a Friday. Personally, right now I would think that you're waiting for next week, just due to the fact that usually when they let it run, right? This was a full week. This was the beginning of a new week when you saw this first green candle right here, this small little green candle. This was the first of a new week, and I don't know if this was back here, but let's see. This was more of an unexpected thing. But again, this was a full week on this run-up. January 25th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Yeah, this whole run-up full week. I just think it's bound to start next week. But that doesn't mean I'm saying you can't get, one of these little, let me see here. One of these little candles tomorrow. I bet you could see one of these little candles tomorrow, maybe even come up to 24. And honestly, that could be completely wrong. You could see this thing start cranking tomorrow, right? You could see this thing start cranking. That's best case scenario, of course. That's what I'm hoping for. Isaac says, I don't think we're going to the moon till June 3rd when the executive order comes into place. What you think, Lottery? Executive order. Are you talking about the transparency, or am I on something else here? I know a lot of people talk about things that come into play that are going to cause this thing to squeeze. But I think the reality of it is if the law doesn't step in, you have to break the market maker's game somehow. Because here's the thing, right? whatever theory you want to put, okay, let's just say whatever theory you want to put. You have the SEC, okay, and then you have market makers, okay, market maker. Whatever theory you want to put here, if you have a single thing coming into play, okay, let's say they put A into play, okay, this blocks market makers from doing this, okay, whatever. So people think this is going to do this to AMC because market makers now can't do that. We've been thinking this since back here, okay. Really, the reality of it, like when you saw the failure to delivers line up, right? The failure to delivers line up back here. The reality of it is the SEC always knows that they create a loophole for market makers in some sort of way. So the market makers, SEC, they both know this. That's why the SEC has never acted upon anything criminal charge like, right? They don't like to act. They like to give fines, yada, yada, yada. But market maker, either way, just finds a loophole. So I think you would have to really just beat their entire game by breaking the algos. And I think the only way, I think a good way to break the algos, right, is if we saw this run like we saw back here. If we saw this run and everyone was exercising their contracts, right, this is going to prioritize buying pressure. It really is. Because not a lot of people exercise their contracts nowadays, especially retail. But if everybody was exercising them, I think this would break the algos. This has to put buying pressure on the stock. Either way, I think that's a good thing. Let's see. Saints fan, didn't the June run up begin on a Friday? We can take a look here. Listen, if you want to check it, it's May 24th. You saw the first green candle. Okay. I don't know what that was, a Friday or not, but either way, that was the beginning of a week. May 21st ended the Friday and then of the weekend, and then you saw May 24th kick in where it started moving. Also, what we've been pushing, right? There's a petition down below, but right around this time frame is where you got a share recall. Someone put out a petition share recall, got 20,000 signatures, and we had a share recall, right? Recalling the loaned out shares. Ultimately, that's what I'm pushing. The link is in the description if you want to sign that, right? If we got a share recall here, that'd be disgusting. That'd be absolutely nuts. The one that Boss Blunts talks about that caused the Jan and June run-ups. He said they extended it till June 3rd of this year. Boss Blunts. I don't know. I don't know if I've heard of his YouTube or Twitter or whatever you're saying. Caused the January and June run-ups. That sounds weird. You know, I could be missing something, but I think a few. I'm not gonna say anything about Boss Blunts because I don't know his YouTube channel, but I think a few YouTubers love to like Lou and Teddy Zane. They like to put out these random ass things where they'll go back and they'll say this caused this to move, and the same thing caused this to move, and then you know, this isn't gonna come into play again until, you know, July, August. So that's our next spot. I don't know. I don't know about that. I personally don't believe that. Tell you the main driver. Whatever comes into play can come into play, but the main driver is gamma and FOMO, volatility. Okay, if you look down here, you see the volatility curling down. I don't know how good you guys can see the screen here, but see volume start curling down right here. It's coming to a point where you should see it start creeping up again. You saw volume come down here, and then you got a little bit of a pop. Ultimately, this is not a good sign. It's not a good sign to see the volume dying out. But usually, even if we didn't get this run up, right? Even if we didn't get this next leg up in the next couple days, for the least, whenever you see some sort of pop like this in a stock, I don't know if it's because the market makers or whatever, but whenever you see this pop and a cool off of a stock, even if you didn't have this run, the next thing you would see, either way, I do think you're going to get a nice little push back up at least to 26, even if it's before a push down, right? That's usually what happens. You see volume pop ever so slightly one more time, and then you get a nice little pop at a little bit of a lower high, okay? So I don't think that we're going to just dump straight down to 15 and that be that, or else that would really suck. That'd be interesting. June run up started 24th on a Monday. Yeah, okay. So 24th on a Monday, the beginning of the week. You know, I don't know. GameStop is really the one that got this going. I think that really clicked this with this run up back here, right? Saw it come up, almost hitting $500 a share for GameStop. Okay, this almost hits 500. Market makers lose control, right? Market makers lose control up here. Still, some shorts still have their position, right? They know they're going to be bankrupt if they close out right here. They can't close out, right? It's too high. The stock's too high. What happens, right? The buy button is taken away. This is how terrible this is. The buy button is taken away. And then what you had happen next, right, is as volatility cools off and comes to a meeting point, market makers, algos, it's adapt. Everything is adaptation. Okay, so everything adapts right here, right? Adapts, and exactly the options game. Okay, they are buying the cheaper one, exactly like Trey's video. Here is where calls started flying up, right? Puts are cheaper. They're buying the fuck out of the puts. This comes down here, right? Adapt, and then ever so slightly again, okay? That's why you see these peaks, valleys, and then it's slowly cool off, peak, valley, choppy, right? This chop right here is where chances are they're making less money, right? The chop. This is where it gets interesting for them, okay? Exactly where it gets interesting when you start seeing these moves, okay? Now, if you don't see this cool off, right? If you don't see this cool off enough and you break the algo, this is going to be a beautiful thing to see. Okay, break that midline. Overall, guys, I do think we went over everything. GameStop, AMC, what's to come for tomorrow. It was pretty fun. You know, we didn't quite get the Hangman thing going. What can we do here? What can we do? Guys, let me know something to draw here. Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to bring up, right? Adam Aaron. What do you guys think? Because, I don't know, he's a little fishy. Yo, Derwick, how's it going? We just went over AMC, GameStop, and pretty much everything with them that we had to. But I was talking about Adam Aaron, right? I don't know. Everyone, there's like half the community is like all for it. He does everything for us, yada, yada, yada. But I think he does everything for the company, which is good. It's a great thing to see. But not enough for the shareholders who actually made the company a thing, right? The ones who saved it in general. Ryan Cohen making this big boss-ass move for a stock split dividend. I think Adam Aaron should really grow some nuts and, you know, clear off some debt with AMC and attempt to make the same move, or at least stop bragging about his 250,000 Twitter followers and actually listen to them, because about 200,000 of them are asking for a share recall, right? I mean, it's plain as day, just fucking completely blocking out the side you don't want to see, just like Gary Gensler is blocking out the side you don't want to see. It's easy to do that. It's easy to brush it off, right? You know, if that was the case, guess what? It'd be easy for us to fucking click a sell button too, and then your company go to fucking absolute dog shit. So I don't know. Adam Aaron, a little weird, a little fishy. What can we draw here? Let's see if we have anything saved that we can go over. What is this? For anyone who missed this AMC earnings. Ooh, we're not going to go over that. That is super sloppy. Let's check this out. This is from a while back. Talking about Judgment Day. Okay. We made the final exit strategy video. That one's a beautiful one. Alright, you know what? Let's do this, okay? Let's do this. Can you guys, you know what? Let's do some Pictionary, alright? Alright, let's see how good you guys are with some technical analysis here, okay? Here's how we're gonna do it, right? Okay, what is this stock in? You guys let me know. I want to see who knows their TA here. What do you guys see in form here, right? Is this bullish? Is this bearish? What is this? You know, we're just sitting on the stream just completely wasting time. Absolutely wasting time. If you guys know, first one to know if this is bullish or bearish, you let me know. So, of course, you have your... This is your stock price. This is your stock price right here. Absolutely your stock price, right? This is how it's trading. If anyone can let me know what that is, and if that's bullish or bearish, you know. All right, we gotta seriously come up with something here. You guys gotta seriously like do something in the chat before I go nuts. Okay, we're just sitting here blowing time away. Okay, we really got to get something going here. We went, for everybody just popping in, you're probably hopping on the stream like, what the fuck? What am I watching? What am I watching? Well, we just went over, you know, how long has this been? Well, I don't know. We went over AMC and GameStop for quite a bit, and now we're just completely out of ideas. And it's like, do I turn the stream off, or do I stare at this white screen? I don't know, all right? Maybe we should just turn the stream off. You know, it's getting late. We got the market tomorrow. Let's see. Show starts in 20 minutes. JR, bearish? No. So what you would see here was this is a nice little bull flag here. Usually signaling a bullish break to the upside, but this could be bearish. Of course, everything could be bullish or bearish. Ultimately, what would be bearish is more of like in ascending wedge type of pattern here, right? And then this would be a break to the downside. You know, I'm not perfect at it, but that would be the more bearish sign you would see. More Hangman, lol. We didn't even do Hangman, but we can try it. Listen. If you're gonna if you're gonna guess, we'll do Hangman. If you're gonna sit in there and make me, you know, look stupid here, then we gotta stop the Hangman. All right. This is your post, right? We're gonna do topic. Okay. We're gonna do stocks. Okay. Stocks are the topic. Okay. Okay. Anything to do with stocks, of course, because you get it. Isaac says, "What if we start the next leg up next week? What price is we looking at for tomorrow for AMC?" I don't know. Tomorrow I think is just hold. Hopefully it holds this level that it's at. Top 5 stock regrets. Top 5 stock regrets. Let's do it. You know what? We're gonna pause this. We gotta pause this Hangman because. All right, we're going to do this. Top 5 stock regrets. Bad trading, whatever, right? Stocks that you wish you didn't get in. You probably got fucked, okay? Top 5 stock regrets. All right, this is the new TV show here. Okay, I'll start it off, right? Top 5 stock regrets. I'm going to start it off and say SPRT. I'm going to go off on a limb here and say SPRT. Okay? SPRT, you want to hear my story on this? Let's share my story on SPRT. Okay? This is how SPRT was trading. Okay? This is how it was trading. Okay? It went from, I don't know, it may or may not have doubled, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it went from like $8. We'll say like $8. That's my 8. I don't know what that looks like, but it's an 8. It went from like $8 to $16. Market was about to close. I had a call on it, right? I was up a decent amount, right? Decent amount. And right about here, right before close, okay, I got on my call. I was happy, closed out, took profits, right? This was when it ran. I was still a little bit of a chaser. Okay, and what happened, okay? Right here you have extended hours, okay? This is extended hours, and this is what you saw happen with SPRT. Tell you exactly what. So you come into extended hours, right? And you start absolutely cranking. And this is where market's opening, right? This is where market opens. And you see the stock, SPRT, at $70. $70 fucking dollars, okay? I wake up and I check it and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be joking. Okay, I would have saw the difference of about 100-200% gain, maybe 200 to 400% gain. The difference of a few 100% gain to tens of thousands on those contracts I had. Okay, I did not have I had more than one contract. Let's just put it that way. So what do I do? Right? It comes into market open, starts moving again, right? Starts moving. You're hearing all this talk, right? SPRT, crazy, gonna keep moving, right? My dumbass, I start chasing, right? I literally did not learn enough about calls, options at this point, right? Gamma, theta, vega, etc., right? The Greeks. I grab a call option when the volatility is absolutely going insane. And what happens here, I was chasing, and then bang, okay? Absolutely bang. And this is where my nutsack was. And then, yeah. I think you guys get it from there. So, I started off with a stock regret here. Now, I got to hear one in the chat. Okay, I got to hear someone else's before I share another stock regret. I'm going to have to sit here and think about it, right? SPRT, we went out. We got that one off our backs. Yeah. You know what? It makes you, I do believe, it makes you a better trader when you learn. Okay? Taking a fat loss doesn't just make you a better trader, right? It makes you a better trader if you learn from that. Because I've not blown up one account, right? I've blown up a few. And I learned the hard way, really. Yeah, Arnold. That SPRT story of yours was a killer. That hurts. Yeah, it is what it is. You really. So here's the thing. I was watching about probably 2 to 5 hours a day of videos on options. Okay, options. And I knew, right? Very stupid of me, but I knew, okay? Like when I see a stock do this or or fly up, right? I know right here, I know in the back of my head, don't get in, right? I have all this info from these videos telling me, listen, everyone's like, be patient, stick to your plan, don't get in up here, don't do this, do that, don't chase, don't bag hold, whatever. And I just fucking do it, right? It's all like, I think I'm right, and I think that's just what stocks is when you first start. It really is. It's like, that's why so many people, right? You know, you tell people at the stock market, they're either no, I've never been in the stock market, or it's impossible to make consistent profits in the stock market, right? It's not profitable. Well, that's because they do what I did, right? They come in with a happy smile. Okay. Well, this wasn't going to be a smiley face, but they come in with a happy smile, right? They make a couple trades, it's going good, and then they see something like this, and what happens? They chase it. They chase it. They chase it. They chase it. And then it fucking dumps. Absolutely dumps. And then what happens? Oh, sad face. Now they start telling everyone the stock market is not a good way to make money. Okay, this is why it's not the stock market that's intimidating. It's more of are you patient enough to actually execute a trading plan? Okay, forget about the market, because there's ways to make money up or down. Let's see, growing pains, yeah. Stocks on my watch list that you check up on months later, and they're up 40% for the year. Really? Wait, hang on. Am I reading this right? Stocks on my watch list that you check up on months later, and they're up 40% for the year. Nasty picks. Does anyone have a stock regret that we can throw in here? Or does anyone have a ticker that we can look at, right? I'm down to look at a ticker. We're probably going to turn the stream off in about 7 minutes when it hits 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, whoever else in there. I said that as a regret. Oh, okay. I did read that wrong. I'm so pride. Yeah. Stocks on your watch list I check up, and they're 40%. Yeah. Trust me, I feel the pain too when something runs and, like, either you didn't have capital for it or you just missed the run. Just know in the back of your mind that there's always opportunity, because I feel the same way. Like, damn, I missed that. Or like, I'd be up this much, right? Honestly, guys, I think this is gonna probably do it for the stream. That was pretty chill. That was fun. That was a good stream. I appreciate everybody hopping in the stream. That was pretty chill. That was legit. I don't know how long we're on here, but you know, we made the best of it. Appreciate you guys hopping in. We'll see you tomorrow when the market opens. Overall, guys, that's it. Feel free to check the links down below. Enjoy the rest of your night. I love you guys. Lottery Stocks out.